There we go. Was, suppose you are an economist who's asked to write a brief article outlining your thoughts on the topic, should Congress ban automation to protect jobs? And before I go through my very quick little PowerPoint here, I'll say that I have some personal experience with this in particular. It's why I wanted to write about this. Is 20 years ago when I was at Southeastern the first time. I was also working at North Oaks Hospital, and the job that I had there was actually, I was a runner for the Health Information Management Department. It's medical records is what we called it back then. And it was my job to physically run the files over to the ER when patients would come in and the doctors would need folders. So you can see how switching from the new computerized system where they don't actually have files anymore, but everything is on the computer now is a perk. It's definitely a good thing. So, but this just goes through there's 3 different types of employment, and the one that we're talking about here is the structural unemployment. That's the category that automation falls under. And although automation can cause a decline in some older industries, and it can kind of shift what your job description looks like in other industries, I don't believe that it should be a process that's stopped. I think it's just a natural process in business. And my ideas for offsetting the problems with job loss due to automation, I would say in short term is to invest wisely in the infrastructure projects. And I studied a little bit about President Dwight Eisenhower's Federal Aid Highway Act, which is how we got our interstate system. It provided a lot of jobs. And I also think that unemployment benefits should be expanded on a temporary basis. And for long term, investing in retraining education of what I'm doing here now, coming back and getting a degree and in something different, especially, and encouraging workers to look in those fields that they won't be, so likely to be replaced by automation. The jobs might change in things like healthcare and education, but we're always going to need teachers, we're always going to need nurses, doctors, that kind of thing. So, in conclusion, I said that we should be able to, instead of fighting the technological advancements, make the transition smoother for workers to transfer to other jobs. And this transition will allow many people to enjoy the benefits that it brings, helping people to do their jobs more consistently and easing the burden of daily tasks. And I agree with the former UK Prime Minister Harold Wilson, who said, "He who rejects change is the architect of decay. The only human institution which rejects progress is the cemetery." So we always have to be growing.